Somewhere in your head, there's a whole other life that you have never let go of. A version where you're a historian, a psychologist, an author, and you've never let it go. How do I know this? Because I'm an INFP as well. And I was going through Medium and I saw an article by Aaron Arter, The INFP Career Dilemma. There are still times I daydream of a what if life as a psychologist, historian, or writer, but my current reality is pretty good. As INFPs, our auxiliary function is extroverted intuition, and that is what I call the explorer, and it's this part of you that always wants to open new tabs, wants to open new loops. There's no desire to close it, no desire to finish anything. And so we can get an idea of like, oh, what if I wrote children's books? And then we attach that to our identity, our introverted feeling, what's important to us, and we imagine putting ourselves in all of these different contexts. Okay, if I woke up and I started writing children's books and I shared that with some kids, and then I, went to a book signing, and we can spiral out into all these different possibilities with one venture. And then we do that again with another thing. If I were an astronaut, how cool would that be? And we can really see ourselves doing it. We can put ourselves in it. I can imagine myself in that. I can see that in me, or I can see me in that. And that is what extroverted intuition and introverted feeling are doing. It's perfectly created in a way to help us continuously map out different possibilities and imagine different situations and not actually complete them or fulfill them. We need to bring in our inferior or aspirational function, extroverted thinking, this is what I call the commander, in order to make progress, in order to take the steps that are actually necessary to manifest it in the outer world. Tracking progress, measuring goals, breaking down the goals into smaller steps so that we can actually fulfill on them, seeing what works and what doesn't, and iterating in a way that we're focused on making progress. That is a zone of struggle for us INFPs. Now, some of us might have developed skills in that, but it's usually not our go-to approach. It's like if you were to imagine a role-playing game skill tree it's like branching out like this. We can see all these different nodes, these different skills that we haven't actually acquired, and because it's visible, we feel that, one, it deserves some attention, it deserves some curiosity and focus on that, as well as there's this weird sense of, at least personally, of like wanting to honor that version of myself that could be doing those things. And so the real quest for us here is how can we satisfy ourselves in not taking all of those different opportunities and paths and feeling like we are still honoring ourselves and making progress on the things that are important to us. I was talking to someone yesterday who emailed me. They're a younger INFP wanting to feel like aligned with their dreams and their aspirations, and they didn't know what to do. And I told her that it's important to have a quest, whatever that quest may be. And I know as INFPs, we want it to be the perfect one that aligns with us, that aligns with our values, and that it will never change. It's going to be completely accurate and right with us. But that's going to change. It always changes. There's always something that changes. So what I was suggesting is going on a quest, finding something that lights you up right now and just going full force into it, going full throttle, Charlie's Angels 3, going that lights you up, at least for now, and really activating yourself and taking as much action as possible towards that. And you will learn what you don't like and what you do like about the quest, about the actions required to get there, about yourself in the process. And then from there, you can refine and define, and you can create a new quest for yourself. And as I told her, a boat anchored at the harbor never reaches new horizons. We need to be moving in order to really understand what we want. And when you are moving, you'll be able to pivot more easily and navigate better. And so what do you do about all those other options, those other possibilities, those other pathways that you didn't take? Personally, I like to go into story. I like to imagine them and take from them the lessons that were important. If there's something really compelling to you about, for example, being an astronaut, then you can still use that as a sign of something that is important to you. It's tapping into some value that you want to bring more into your life. Okay, maybe it's curiosity, exploration. Okay, so bring that into your life and put it into your art or your music or your day-to-day living. You wake up, be more curious, be more explorative. It's not the actual complete quest line that you're looking for. You're looking for the little aspects of it that light you up, that you can bring into your day-to-day life. And that's how we can keep the parallel timelines alive and still live authentically to ourselves.